Hey guys, what's going on? Back up here with another video. Once again, this is going to be my card predictions video for the upcoming pay-per-view Backlash. The first of the dual-branded pay-per-views going forward. We'll be having both wrestlers from Raw and SmackDown Live, so it'll be interesting to see what decisions will be made as to who will be on this card. Obviously, on my card here, I couldn't have every championship defended because if that was the case, then we would simply have Night of Champions. And I don't think that should be the case going forward. I think you're going to have to pick and choose which titles are going to be defended. Because you got to have your non-title feuds as well. Like I said, that's going to be the problem because there's so many championships now, between Raw and SmackDown that based on my card, I hope I got an even balance, but I think this is the card that we will see for Backlash 2018, which will, of course, be airing live on the WWE Network on May the 6th from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. So without further ado, guys, let's dive into my card predictions. So my first match on my card, I should say here, I have on the pre-show Cedric Alexander defending his Cruiserweight Championship versus Buddy Murphy. Seemed to be the direction they were going in. Haven't had a chance to watch too much of 205 Live, although I've heard good things about it. So maybe I'll have to tune in here and there. But I think a match between Cedric Alexander and Buddy Murphy would be the way to go. If they don't do this match at the Greatest Royal Rumble, I could see them doing Ali versus Cedric Alexander. So I think Alexander versus Buddy Murphy would be a nice addition to the card here at Backlash. Next up, I have WOKEN Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. I believe they will become the Raw Tag Team Champions, and they need challengers, so I figured I'm not sure what they're going to be doing with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, so this is just me coming up with something off the top of my head, but I have them challenging WOKEN Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I think this could be a pretty solid match here. Could give something for Owens and Zayn to do over the next 2 to 3 weeks before they get into something more of substance here on Raw. I'm not sure if they're going to have them going forward as a tag team unit or if they choose to split them up. Remains to be seen based on the Superstar shakeup, but I figured WOKEN Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt are in need of opponents, so I feel these four altogether could put on a pretty good match here. Next on my card here, I have Sasha Banks versus Bayley. I know we got this match on Raw, but we have yet to see a pay-per-view match between these two on the main roster. It's hard to believe they've been on the main roster for Sasha Banks for over 3 years, Bayley at least since 2016. So that's hard to believe how fast time flies. But yeah, I think the way to go here would be to have these two, since they're still on the Raw brand. They obviously have unfinished business. Somebody has to turn heel here. It's probably going to be Sasha Banks, but whoever does. And then it leads to a match between these two at a pay-per-view. Obviously, they didn't have a match at WrestleMania. The card was stacked as it was. I was okay with that, and I said my reasons for that being you save the match here for the Backlash pay-per-view, and hopefully that is what they end up doing. And that is why I have Sasha Banks versus Bayley on my card. Another match I have here on my card is it looks like we're going to be getting Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Now, it also remains to be seen here whether Big Cass is in cahoots with The Miz. Obviously, he laid out Daniel Bryan, so we'll see where that storyline heads going into this upcoming SmackDown on Tuesday. Of course, by the time this video is uploaded, we will know if that is the case or not, but this is designed to elevate Big Cass. I think what better person to put him in the ring with than Daniel Bryan. And if you tie this in with The Miz, potentially Miz as the talker for Big Cass, kind of Big Cass acting as his bodyguard, I think that could work as well because we all know Big Cass ain't the strongest on the mic, so I think you pair him up with somebody like The Miz, and I think there's something there because obviously The Miz does not have the Miztourage on SmackDown Live, so who will he have going forward? Well, it might be Big Cass. We'll have to see. I have Nia Jax defending her Raw Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss, and I added a steel cage match stipulation, which I feel would be a fitting conclusion for this feud. As we all know, Alexa Bliss, every opportunity she could get, she ran away from Nia Jax. She didn't even want to be in the presence of Nia Jax. Of course, when it came to WrestleMania, Nia Jax finally got her hands on Alexa Bliss and beat her. So I feel the next way to really up the stakes in this feud and to blow off this feud would be to put them in a steel cage. Alexa can't escape from Nia Jax. And to me, it would be a fitting conclusion to this feud. That's why I'd like to see Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax in a steel cage match for the Raw Women's Championship. Moving on down the line here, we have Seth Rollins versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. This match has already been confirmed. Could be subject to change depending on what happens at the Greatest Royal Rumble. We have a fatal 4-way ladder match, but I think it's highly likely that we see Seth Rollins retain. Of course, The Miz is entitled to his one-on-one rematch, and yeah, there you go. I think we're going to be seeing Jeff Hardy defending his United States Championship versus Randy Orton. I think this could be a really good match and a really good feud. Obviously, these two have history with one another going back to 2008 when they feuded for the WWE Championship. But if you turn Randy Orton heel, which they kind of teased on Tuesday when Jeff Hardy made his SmackDown debut, I think that would be the best thing for Randy Orton going forward. He is in desperate need of a heel turn, and I feel feuding over the United States Championship would help give that championship some prominence. You have two big names like Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton going at it, so there you go. We have Roman Reigns, who I predict will be the Universal Champion going into this match, taking on Samoa Joe. Right now, it's just Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns, but I feel Reigns will beat Lesnar at the Greatest Royal Rumble, and this match will become a Universal Championship match. So, kind of cut up the stakes here, even though we all know Reigns is going to win. I still think it'll be a hell of a match between Joe, who just got drafted to SmackDown Live, and Roman Reigns, who I predict, like I said, will beat Brock Lesnar at the Greatest Royal Rumble this upcoming Friday. And then finally here we move into my WWE Championship match. I have AJ Styles. Actually, I have Shinsuke Nakamura as the WWE Champion because I predict that he will win the championship at the Greatest Royal Rumble and enter in champion and take on AJ Styles, who will be owed his rematch. Because otherwise, to me, I don't see why, if you're doing Styles, it doesn't make much sense to do Styles and Nakamura again, really, after WrestleMania, because Shinsuke lost fair and square. So really, why is he getting a rematch? Like, why is Reigns getting a rematch at the Greatest Royal Rumble? But that's WWE logic for you. So here you have the roles reversed. You have Shinsuke coming in as the heel champion, AJ as the challenger. And it can keep the feud going, and that is my card for the Backlash 2018 pay-per-view coming up. So guys, that does it for this card predictions video. Let me know what your thoughts are on my card. You can leave your comments down below in the comments section on all that good stuff. Be sure to click my like and subscribe button here on youtube.com/DanielGaza412 for all my latest thoughts. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at DanielGaza412. Be sure to check out my Facebook page, Facebook.com/DanielGaza1994. The links are down below in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video, whenever that may be. Take care.